Welcome. I'm Laura Goff, and I'm going to be showing you various practices that you can do to help relieve neck and shoulder tension. And this project for me is a little bit bigger than just relieving pain, although that is the goal here. But what I'm really hoping for you is that you feel empowered to take care of yourself and that you can learn the things that you can do in an easy, digestible way to really reconnect back into your body and back into your knowing of how to take care of yourself. And this class is set up so that if you are having specific issues within your body, that you can dive into those specific places if you want to, or if you want to get a more balanced, take it week by week and go through it, you can. I'm going to begin with some for the neck and shoulders. I'm going to begin with giving you some reasons why you might be feeling some pain, and then bringing that awareness so that it can inform your practices. So the first thing I want to talk about is how we tend to hold ourselves, especially in this modern day. Like our posture is what I mean by how I hold ourselves, to start off with. So our physical posture. So one of the things that we spend a lot of time doing these days is looking at our phone. And I'm going to put myself just at the side here so you can see what happens in my body when I'm looking at the phone. So what you might be noticing is that my head is down, and if you can look at my neck is flat. Our neck generally wants to be in a nice, what we call a neutral curve. So it's kind of curving, making a little bit of a bend back. So it's not completely straight up. But when we're looking at our phone, our neck tends to be straight that way. Our head is pitching forward. And you may even notice that my shoulders pitch a little forward. I've been working on this a while, so they don't always do this. But because I have modern habits too, my shoulders also slope a little bit forward. Now I'm also going to work on my computer. And we have lots of different ways that we might work on our computers, but my computer right now is below. So again, my neck is bent forward, so it makes my neck straight. And if I put it up on something like a table or a pillow, it's a little more straight on, but you can still see my shoulders want to bend forward. Okay, so when we do these kind of things, these are not the way that our body naturally wants to be positioned. I mentioned the neck. And then the other thing is our shoulders want to come back. This brings more fluidity into our arms, which when we get to the upper extremities, we'll revisit this as well. But this is where all the nerves and the blood and everything flow into from our head, heart, neck, and shoulders, goes into our hands eventually. So that's going to be important further down the line when we get to the extremities. So I wanted to bring that perspective into how you hold your posture, that there's a lot of ways that we're reinforcing this posture that's not healthy for our bodies. And if we bring awareness to it, we can then shift it back into place and find ways to maybe set up our workspace at home or wherever we may be working from, so that it's not as problematic for our neck and shoulders. The other thing I want to bring attention to is what I call our emotional habits or our emotional posture. And so you may or may not be aware that if you have an intense deadline or there's something that's weighing on you, literally weighing on your shoulders, we tend to hold tension, a lot of emotional tension and attention to our shoulders. So if we're feeling really stressed, we feel like we have our shoulders up to our ears, our upper traps. That's this muscle that comes up here and connects into the base of our skull. And that tends to be like rock solid on a lot of people. And then the other thing that affects our posture is if we're feeling like our heart is closed up a little bit. And I know this doesn't seem like a work from home with less pain type of thing, but if you think about if you're feeling agitated or protected or feeling any fear, a lot of times our body posture literally closes around our heart to protect ourselves. And that might be good in certain circumstances to be really protective of your heart, but that overprotection affects your posture too. So allowing a little bit of openness here is going to go a long way for being able to hold your head upright. And then also, again, what we mentioned, just coming down the line of feeling less tension in your upper extremities, your arms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers, whatever it may be. So allowing this openness here and restoring this neutral curve back with the neck, so it's not flattening and it's not even almost bending and flexing forward, is going to be hugely important for relieving some neck and shoulder pain. Now, the way that I'm going to be structuring this class, I have a movement component, which consists of some yoga poses and Qigong. And then I have a self-massage component, which will have varying techniques, both from Qigong and from other East Asian bodywork techniques that I've learned over the years. And then I'm going to also be doing some guided meditation with breath work, which I think will be hugely helpful, both in relaxing and in just bringing that awareness again to our body. Lastly, I bring in a piece of aroma point therapy, which is the use of essential oils with acupuncture points. And I'll try to be really specific with those for my favorites for these particular areas of the body, and something that's specific either to like emotional patterns that tend to impact those bodies or physical patterns. So I hope that you will enjoy and really find these practices as something that you can do on a daily basis. And if you want to string them all together, they can flow really nicely. And if you would rather jump around and change your order, you can do that, or even thread it through from one area of the body to the next and do a sequence like that. I designed them so they're brief, so maybe you're working on a big project and you only have 5 to 10 minutes to do a little yoga sequence because your neck is hurting. This is perfect. You can reach in and grab that whenever you want to do that, or download it, or just flip it on and watch it. And that's it. All right. Well, thank you so much, and have a great practice, whatever you choose to do with your practice today or into the future.